should ban it. We're getting into the tank picks here.
Mhm.
Again, 6-on-6 format. Here's the tank bans. You have a maximum of 2 tanks to pick of each type, so you can only have 2 I7s or 2 IS4s. So you can see 1 IS7, 1 IS4 here for Burbology. They are on attack, so they pick first. They can pick 2 tanks. Now Catjam has 4 tanks. You can see those question marks there. Double VZ, 113 and 50B. Now Burbology will counter with their 3 picks, then Catjam will have 2, and then Burbology will have their final pick. I guess predictions. You think 4-0?
Yeah, I think 4-0 in favor of Burbology. They have the player skill. They've shown everybody that, you know, they can 2-0 on maps that a lot of other teams can't 2-0 on. And Catjam has actually been the weaker of the teams. It's literally Catjam and Angry Apes kind of fighting for 8th. Because even though Toma lost to Team Flare, we just saw it, they still got 1 point. They still took 1 point off of Team Flare. So even though they lost, you have to remember that, right? Whereas Catjam has not won a tiebreaker or even lost a tiebreaker yet. That doesn't mean, you have to remember, this is the 2nd week. This could literally change. It's rarer.
It has to change now, though.
It does have to change now.
They have to change now. It's time. Like there is no, you know, after that first race, like they have to change now, or it's not going to change. And there's a lot of teams that are quote unquote better, and we're going to see here in just a moment.
Correct.
I normally don't like to just kind of agree with my co-caster on the prediction, but I am going to have to agree with you here just because Catjam hasn't given me a reason to think that they can take a game off. Like maybe they will, but they've got to show some consistency and show that they've kind of made the adjustments they need to do.
Correct.
And I'm saying that as a kind of like, you know,
and it can be one of those things where
they could do it. They could come out here and blow me away today, and they could win, but it starts today.
We sing that iconic 113, but not played by Newton, but by Honey Mulder, aka Badger, instead. Their caller.
Yeah, and it's it's an aggressive. I think they've done an aggressive defense. If that 277 is going into the corner, which I believe it is, and
yeah, they do the two. They're doing the 277 thing where they went F6 again, but last time it was Newton, and he was like, oh, I thought it was a free pick, and it wasn't. The CS is going to light them actually doing the courtyard. He's also going to get lit. We are, like, in the corner at spawn. Here we go.
That was a Google Maps view.
Yeah, it was. Looks like Burbology going super aggressive on the hill. It's going to be a 2-cap.
It's an all up and over 0-line strat, and you know what? It could be based on what they've seen Catjam do, and also maybe based on the tank comp, because what from Catjam could
look at
be
this.
On the
Muscles lighting Newton. I don't know if he lit both of them when they crossed, but maybe just making sure he knows where everybody is. He might light Demonic here flexing. It might even get a shot.
This is going to reinforce everything that Burbology is doing, because they've seen Catjam do something like this, and once they saw those tanks in the courtyard, they do. Oh yeah, they're doing pretty much exactly that. Like this is pretty much what we are playing for, and we're just going to set up to do this. So right now, it looks like it's in Burbology's favor. They're exactly where they want to be, and Catjam is actually where they expect them to be.
And like I said before going in this, Burbology is just, I mean, they're just good on attacks. They have some really clean attacks. I think it just comes from the fact that, you know, they I mean, obviously, I'm not saying they're like egotistical about this, but I think they just are just like, let's just do this. Let's get this done. They have a strat and they're sticking to it.
Kenway poked out a little bit of his floor plate. I mean, it was a little angled, not angled enough there, and you know, Kenway being your pup star that you'd like to watch and something nice for.
Correct.
As it was changed about 8 months ago or whatever with the 100. See there.
Yeah, it got a little bit.
It's like you see that turret and you go, hey, I can maybe do it. And look at this Honey Badger. He's crossing.
Honey Badger
taking crossing. Damage is going out.
Kenway's probably going to turn here, getting ready for those shots.
But they're going straight on December. They've got to get this pick. They've taken some damage. They're down 2k HP. As this comes in, they have to kill December cleanly, and then they have to have a follow-up plan. Because right now they're all staying there, and Bolt is just
Bolt almost
simping the rest of his team. I think he may have taken a friendly shot there. And December is still alive. They can pick him in a moment.
I think Newton might go for the pick. Made Demonic. Yeah, Demonic
gets it.
XVM.
But they're down 3,000 HP, and now they're going back because Hasu is just an isolated easy pick. He's been here in just a moment.
Easy.
Denial is reloading, and maybe he's called out to his team that he's going to be loaded in time to get him before he gets away. Muscles gets one more shot into him, and actually Major Pain from the hill gets it. Look at this, 180-degree crossfire. They're coming across. They actually get the track onto OP.
OP.
And that's really bad for him. He's
Wow, that's actually really bad for him, but they're still up like 4K.
And that crossfire will disappear.
Oh god, what is this 50 bat? XVM, what are you doing?
To actually save OP there. That was a humongous play. He doesn't need it, but that just shows you they're not giving up, and now they're going in. They're gonna finish these guns. A lot of one-shots have to die. They will start going down. It's just everyone's dying left and right, but only 2 tanks were made.
Oh my god. Catjam just
Burbology was just ahead, and they stayed ahead.
I can't wait to make fun of Demonic and Noon. Because they're in my clan, so I can just mess with them now, you know? Like, I could drown in a Clan Wars match and then be like, really? You're in Catjam, and, like, you got clapped. You know what I mean? Does that mean? I don't know. Everybody knows I just mess with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. So, to be honest with you, this end HP is actually a lot closer than I anticipated, right? 3,100, especially considering how much crossing damage Burbology got for free. So it's one of those, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where Burbology, even though they won this game, you know what I'm talking about. Even though they won this game,
little things could have changed.
Yeah, like they're still going to be, they're still going to be a little bit, like they're probably like, that could have been so much cleaner. We needed to do this and this and this. Because, I mean, we just, you know, some people are considering Burbology a top 3 team. And then you have it to where Catjam gets that close with, I mean, Catjam, if they would have picked, who was it, December Cleaner, they lost way too much HP to pick that one guy. And then also the offside 277, I have no idea what that was. He needed to go down the 5 line and regroup with this team.
If they're crossing to go pick that A line, it's like, you know, they also see all of them. They just shot everyone crossing. It's like, they know that you're alone. And they know that you're there. And so you need to get yourself small. You need to get you need to basically, once that push happens, like you can stay there and tell them, but then it's like you need to start, like you said, you need to start running south, or you need to run to the 7. You need to do something. You can't stay there. And you may take a shot or 2 of damage, but it's better than just getting picked for free. And yeah, you can see a lot of damage going out. But even so, I mean, on Himmelsdorf, it's hard to get like a completely decisive win. You know, it's 6-on-6 all tier 10s. Like, people are gonna shoot you, especially with these VZs and stuff. Like, they're gonna get their shots out. Maybe a couple little things. Like, I mean, honestly, like OP there, because OP will look at it, and he's an experienced player, and he will check it out afterwards, and he'll be, uh-oh, I think I lost your camera.
What? Oh, really?
Just for a moment. I had it before. Take that back. Oh, did your phone die?
No, did it?
Maybe.
Let me check real quick.
It's okay. We can find can someone post a lovely image of Smiley? I'll just like paste it into my OBS.
Okay, dude.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. We're into tank picks anyway. So Burbology taking a 1-0 lead, but yeah, OP there on that corner, like maybe just a little bit, you know, he was doing the right thing, but maybe he's like, oh, I just maybe I got a little bit too far forward and got tracked, or maybe that's part of it, where it's, you know, it's part of the acceptable risk that can happen. Checking the tank picks. Smiley's trying to fix it.
No, I forgot to plug it in, dude. It is dead. Yeah.
It is dead. Oh no.
Yeah, it's dead. I forgot to plug it in. So yeah, no more webcam. My bad.
I need some very photoshopped pictures of Smiley.
Okay, don't do that. Chat, no.
Because I need a selection so that like every time we switch battles, we go back to that scene with the casters, I can have a different picture.
Okay.
Smiley. So we go into round number 2 on Himmelsdorf. Catjam, bringing an IS-7, double VZ, 1277, 1 Super Conk, and a CS. Burbology bringing a mouse, a 50B. Right. An IS-4 and E3.
Wait, why are they bringing an E3? I'm upset at this. Why would they bring an E3 and a mouse against Catjam? That is so BS.
Maybe they feel like that's what they feel like they can exploit it, and
yeah, but that's like mean. It's like they're making it. It's like, give the guys a chance, you know? Give the underdogs a chance. I mean, it's a cat with an 8-inch vertical, okay? Not a 10, all right?
This is Kenway, your boy is in the E3. Interesting.
He might be big for fantasy. I don't know. But then again, like, we'll see here. No shot he's going into that cubby. Can we go to the Panda to E3 real quick? Is he going into the cubby to look up the hill?
Yeah, he is. He's gonna hold down and look up there and say
Oh
who's gonna deal with
my
it.
goodness.
They don't really have a gun to even deal with that either.
No, like what is gonna deal with that? Like
yeah, what is gonna deal with it?
Nothing. That's actually insane. Look at this. We got a rammer, hardening, and turbo. That's just broken. If they were to do a hill play, and they one of their heavies poke this, like what does he do? He just
takes 750 damage. Kenway's just, and there isn't really just if there was an E3 or something like that on Catjam's side, then I think you just don't put your E3 in that little cubby at E3, right? But yeah, maybe it is a little BM, but he's just saying, hey, I can anchor this and get a nice high alpha if they do anything silly, and maybe they felt like their CS would do something silly, and Hasu doing some pokes on the K line, trying to get some intel. And the IS-4, you talked about this position a lot. I've talked about it a lot at F1. An easy tank to just kind of anchor that whole half of the map. He can be picked, but it takes so long to deal with him that
it's really important for them to have him, especially because they're so slow to rotate in E3 and a mouse. If they frick up this rotation, it's all over.
Kenway just staring at that E8 crossing. He should just pretty much be pre-aimed on that and not aim anywhere.
I wonder how many
right
fantasy
now.
Points is 750 alpha.
Or he can aim where he's aiming.
Just like 5 or 8.
But he's having a little issue getting his gun. I think the traverse down. Of the gun perfect to get.
Oh,
onto
what is
right
this?
Oh, Honey Badger crossing in there. Just
honey,
hootie,
hootie.
And maybe try to push him off so that the VZ on the 8 line can make some headway.
Honey Hopium crossing over here to try to get the lights onto Kenway. Interesting.
I mean, even before the HE nerfs, dislodging that E3 with the i7 where it is like
what would
pretty
that take,
much
15 minutes?
Yeah, like before the HE nerfs, right? Like it's like shooting up at the E3 at the like it's just not going to do anything.
Like, I don't know why the CS is even getting in front of his gun. Like, that's just, like, a mistake, right?
Yeah, I would be a little bit more frightened of, like, what if he's running Binox and...
True.
If he's running Binox, that CS is just taking blapping damage every time.
He's really
Not
lucky he went with, like... He went with, like, the quickest flex he can do. Honey Hopium getting a hold... Like, getting into here basically for free. Though I don't know what the... purpose of this is. Is it like he actually low rolled
I felt it.
Oh no, that was an average. About an average roll. So he just took the hit so his team can cross.
Muscle's looking to maybe do a poke.
But the problem is now they know they also have 2 VZs going down to the 6th. The IS-4 is crossing the K line instead of actually going back to base, which I think is really interesting. Kenway looking to just take the D lane.
He's going to die the second these VZs get shots. Anyone gets shots, he's just going to go down. And December, the mouse that could taking some hits from both the other VZ crossing, or no, it's the 277.
Oh
and
shit!
Just now backing up. He's still got 2k HP to spare.
The IS-7. Kenway actually cleans him up. I was gonna say he's gonna get on the corner of Kenway and it'd be over.
And the CS is on the hill doing
Muscles is
getting
a clip into Newton. Newton's like, I guess, trying to be a hold down for a Bolt right here.
Yeah, I guess he just kind of.
But these VZs coming in, I mean, with these VZs coming in, with XVM kind of basically running from 2 VZs, OP just going to December's 8 here.
Catjam has to pick which fight they want. Do they want the 5 line or do they want the B line?
I mean, it doesn't really matter that. I mean, the E3 is here now, so
it's just
over. Demonic is still on the hill. Major Pain is actually in the fight now. It's just GG's.
Oh no, Hasu kind of blocked Muscles there, which is unfortunate because Muscles is on my fantasy team and I need his 50B to get into the fight and get the rest of his clip out. And yeah, there's not much to really say here play-by-play wise. It's just, this is Burbology currently, squishing the cat. Like, they're just kind of ahead the whole game. They're ahead on the reactions. Catjam doesn't really seem to have an answer, really know what they're going to do or what they're, how they're going to accomplish it. And Maybe it's just Himmel's
I feel like Catjam is just one of those teams that like they're like we're in the league, but we know we're like the underdogs, and we're just trying to gain that experience for and see what we can do. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Some of the stuff is like the CS on the hill, and I should have paid more attention during the tank pick phase because a lot of it can be you're copying other strats or copying what you've done in scrims and stuff, but you need to know when to switch up your tank picks based on what the enemy team is bringing and what you want to accomplish. Because like the CS on the hill in that game, it's like, I don't know what he's going to really shoot at. And especially once that E3 was in that window, it's like, what is he going to do?
He does 3K, but what was the 3K? Wasn't it kind of late?
Like it was probably like the
it was probably like the VZs and like the E3 turning around, right?
Muscles, 112 fantasy points, 4,400. Good job, Muscles.
Muscles. Kenway doing 105. Wish I would have picked my fantasy team. Unfortunate for me. But
kind of surprised Kenway was able to do it that much damage.
Not unfortunate for you.
His position
if you guys did ! fantasy in both of our chats and picked your fantasy team for Monday.
Yeah.
Today.
Pick it for Wednesday too. After tonight, you can
pick it for Wednesday. Yeah, you can start picking for Wednesday.
You get free stuff, guys.
You do get free stuff. It's free stuff. Top 100 people get free stuff. 100. All you got to do is pick 5 people that know how to shoot things on a single day. And on Wednesday, it's even easier because all of the teams play on Wednesdays. So that means there is huge fantasy point opportunities. Huge, because you could pick one player from the top 5 teams that you think are going to do well, and it's just boom. That's how you get. That is the trick on Wednesdays. That's the insider info.
Burbology off to a quick 2-0, and we're going to proc. Yeah, Burbology just looked. They looked in cruise control, especially on the second match.